in the middle of this situation, my fears enhance. How can I feel calmer and with hope?
You know, I don't think it's about hope. You just have to anchor in consciousness. And you have to see this place where you need to have control. And where you have the worst scenario in your head. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, it might be the end of the world. What is going to happen? When will I be able to go back to work? You know, we have to let go. And we have to embrace every moment to improve, to grow, to enjoy. What if it is your last moment? Don't you want to enjoy it? Don't you want to give love to the people around you? You know, think. Let's enjoy what we have. Stop destroying this moment by worrying about the future. You know, intermittently these things happen all the time. The difference is, it's happening to everyone in the world. And it's reminding us that all of these lines, all of these separations are an illusion because we're all one. And it's time for us to realize that. If it affects someone here, it affects someone there. And now we can visually see it because it's happening everywhere. There's no limit. And there's also no limit to the love. We see the virus, and it's so important. But if we can connect through this situation, we can now choose to connect in another way, to unite, to make everyone important, to stop looking after the little me and think, you know, how can I give to the world? How can I elevate consciousness? How can we elevate the love? How can we care for our planet? How can I resolve the problems within my interpersonal relationships? How can I change? And this is what we need to focus on. Being more love, creating more union, letting go of judgments. Because ultimately, they're just defenses and ideas. What we really want is love. It's all we've ever wanted. And we have to stop pushing it away. So let's start enjoying the moment. Don't focus on fear. You have the tools. It's in your hands what you choose. If the fear comes up, move the fear. Move the stress. Move the sadness. Move the anger. Move the impotence. Because in reality, you feel impotent because you've got no control. But guess what? You never had control. You just thought you did. And the minute you let go, everything starts to change.
Vilma is asking how to maintain the focus in the practice of the facets and continue doing them without boycotting.
It's like everything in your life. We start making choices based in love. What makes me feel good about me? And it's not always the easiest thing, no? It's not easy to look at our fears, our insecurities, to take responsibility. It's much easier to be a victim and blame the outside, to project our problems and blame others. And this is what humans do. So you have to decide that if you want to love yourself, you have to make choices based in love. I have to look after my body. I need to unify to expand my consciousness. I have to create harmony with myself and with the world. I have to let go of my addictions and my suffering. It's an internal choice. And you have a system that allows you to do that. And the facets it's your greatest weapon against fear. And don't forget that. It's not a Band-Aid. It's something you need to incorporate permanently. Because consciousness is unlimited. There's always more and more and more. More love, more appreciation, more union, more gratitude. There's always more. It's unlimited. You can live in joy in whatever circumstance. It just depends on your focus. Just think, what makes me feel good? Not what's comfortable. What makes me feel good about me? And it's always about challenging your comfort. Because we need to evolve. So make a list. Practice in the mega. And really see the benefits. And keep moving towards that. See the fears. Express them. Talk to the teachers. Don't limit yourself. Because this is a moment of growth. This is a moment of growth.
Daniela is asking how to detach from a relationship that ended long ago.
You know, this is a safe place, no? Holding on to something that's an illusion. Therefore, you don't have to risk something new. You can't step into something afresh. You can't commit. But you can feel like a victim. Oh, if only. If only I'd done this. If only I'd done that. If only I'd seen in advance. Oh, he's still the love of my life. No, he's not. Because he's not there. You're the love of your life. And you have to remember that. So if you're yearning something that's past, is that being loving towards the love of your life? Are you opening to something new? Are you willing to take a risk? Are you willing to receive love? Or are you always going to be living in repent? Really? That's a tango. And it's really out of date. So get into this moment. Focus on love. And start saying yes. And see the fantasy, no? The love of my life. Oh, if only I'd done something different. Guess what? You didn't.
Kata is asking how to enjoy the path without always expecting to arrive to the top.
You know, if you're going up a mountain and you don't look at the view, what's the point of going up a mountain? Oh, because I want to get to the top. But every step is the same view. You're looking, you're enjoying every moment. What if you get to the top and there's a cloud and you can't see anything? Because you're not looking for the view. You're not looking to enjoy each moment. You're trying to achieve something. And when I achieve this, I will be happy. But you could have been happy the whole way. You could have been growing the whole way. You could have been enjoy the whole way. And when you enjoy all the way, there's never disappointment. There's never disappointment. Because everything's always the same. When I'm here, I'm in joy. When I'm here, I'm in love. I'm in love in every moment. It's not about what I achieve. Because the illusion of what I achieve, it's very interesting. Because the minute you have it, it disappears. And then you have to find something else. Then you have to find something else. Each moment is the goal. Be here now. Let go of your illusions. Let go of all your desires that are going to bring you happiness in a future moment. And choose for it now. Not when something external changes.
She has the future ex, so her husband. When she decided to divorce, got the quarantine, and she's stuck with him.
Oh. So what is the universe telling you? It's not finished yet. You need to heal this. Stop shaking your head, I can see you. She's like this. No! No! I'm going to throw him out. I'm going to throw him out. I'm going to throw him into the coronavirus. He's there because you have to open. Your happiness won't happen when he walks out the door. It has to happen now. You have to surrender. Oh, you should see the surrender. She's doing this. Yes, Isha. Yes, Isha. And just see what happens. Just see what happens. If it's in front of you, it's yours. Lo siento.
Luciana is saying, I always saw my mom and my dad as victim of each other, and when I practiced the system, I saw it was their choice. But I wonder, each of them is blame the other one. Should I ignore them blaming the other one, or should I heal my own issues first?
Well, you need to heal your own issues, no? But you're right. It's their choice. And often it's repetitive. We create the same circumstance that we experienced in our childhood. We learn the same programs, the same responses, and millions of people live together complaining about each other because we want to be a victim. So you have to see that, and you have to change that within you so you don't repeat the pattern. But no one's a victim. Every human has free choice. Every human has free choice to say yes or no. But it's much more comfortable to stay and complain because it's habitual. I can't leave because of the children. I can't leave because we've got the properties together. I can't leave because I don't want to leave. I'd rather stay here and complain.
Marco is a new student, and he is seeing that everything changes when you change. So, till where we can get when we change internally?
It's unlimited to live in bliss eternally, that nothing's affecting you, that you're here in the present moment, flowing with life, enjoying everything, seeing the beauty. It's unlimited. The love never stops expanding. And it's present in every moment. It's present no matter what's transpiring. Because everything changes all the time. What's the difference to this virus than a terremoto, or a hurricane, or a drought, or a bushfire? It's only the difference is it's affecting everyone. But there's things happening in the world all the time. People are having heart attacks, people are dying from cancer, economies are falling, there's natural disasters. What's the difference with this? This too will pass. But are you going to grow? This is the question. It's not that there's something wrong. Look out your window. Mira por tu ventana. You can't see anything. Nothing. There's nothing wrong in this moment. There's nothing wrong. It's just more information. And this too will pass.
Amanda is saying, after the virus, 2 of my projects fall. How can I live in abundance when the world is living in...
Abundance is internal. Economies drop all the time. All the time. It's here. You create something new, something more appropriate, something more sustainable, something that's accessible. I don't know, but you have to trust. This is what's important. And you have to adapt. You can't be fixed. What am I going to do? I'm going to give. I'm going to create something new. It's an opportunity. It's not that you've lost something. Economically, everyone's lost something. Economically, everyone's lost something. Do you have to take the best from the situation? And change, invent, create. Don't be limited. Be enthusiastic. Okay, what am I going to do? It's like when these megas fell. I thought, what am I going to do? And I said to my team, okay, we're doing it online. Let's assume the worst and prepare. And we moved. I said, we have to support people. There's plenty of time for another mega. But let's make this great. And the enthusiasm in my house was unlimited. Everyone was coming up with ideas. And it was great, because here we are. And we're supporting people that are in their houses. And when this finishes, we'll keep doing it. We're going to keep doing discourses, meetings, supporting people. See how you can give. Because there's always an opportunity to give. Always an opportunity to give. And focus on that. Because when we're focused on ourselves and our own misery, we're very limited in our capacity to create. And whatever you're experiencing, I can assure you there's lots of people that are experiencing much worse. People in the streets, people that are very sick. You know, give gratitude for what you have in this moment. Give gratitude. People dying. Give gratitude. Here I am. How can I give? Not, oh, what am I going to do? This moment, what can I do? I can at least evolve.
Jackie is asking, how can I let go of the past but control the rest but without suffering?
Hang on. Let go of the past, control the rest without suffering. So there's one word that you've got wrong, and it's control. You need to lose the word control. Once you let go of the control, you won't suffer. If you keep controlling, that means you're trying to change reality. You want everything to go according to your will, your desire, how you need it to look. So you've automatically created suffering, because control creates suffering. Why? Because it's attachment. It's attachment. I will be happy if you do things my way. We all will be happy if you do things my way. There will be happiness. It can't be like that. You have to have the capacity to flow, to inspire, to empower. All of these words are so important if you don't wish to suffer.
Marcia is asking, how to train the mind not to fall in the fear that is creating this virus?
The virus isn't creating any fear. It's making people sick. You're the one that's in fear. And that's the virus. That's the big virus. And you can have a choice. You can choose for love or choose for fear. So you need to change. You can look at the positive, or you can drown in the negative. You can swim, or you can drown. But it's not real. What is wrong in this moment? Nothing. Are you sick? No. What's wrong in this moment? You have to keep coming back to this moment. If you're afraid, express. You know, I think I answered this before, but it's natural, you know. Humans automatically go towards that. Worrying about the future, regretting the past, imagining the worst. And this is a great time to train yourself to just be here, to let go, to trust, to give, to unify, to expand consciousness. You have a great gift, and it's here now. Most people don't have a clue what to do. They're just watching the television. Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, the president said this. Oh, now there's 2 million people. Oh, it's going to escalate. No one knows. No one has a clue. There could be an antidote tomorrow. We don't know. We don't know. No one knows. But we will come out of this. So make the best of this moment. And elevate your consciousness, your vibration. Look after yourself. Enhance your immune system. Start doing exercise. Do yoga. I get up at 4 every morning and do yoga. Because I just love yoga. I don't like yoga. I do it at 4 in the morning. Why? Because it's good for me. Is it easy? No. It's very hard for me. But I do it. I'm not Maria Laura, you know. No. But I do it because it's good for me.
Maria Inés is telling, I feel very good when I give, my energy changes, and when somebody says thanks, I feel even better. But I judge that. What can I do to just enjoy, not caring if I'm looking for approval or not?
You know, just lighten up. It's not important. Because when you really love yourself, you won't even notice if people are praising you or not praising you. It'll be of no consequence. But enjoy the moment. If someone's praising you, enjoy it. Don't destroy it through judgment. Oh, I really enjoyed that praise. Oh, someone said this about me. Wow, I feel good. It doesn't matter. It's okay if you feel good. Just let it go and enjoy the moment. I'm talking about the moment a lot now. Why? Because you have to embrace the moment. You have to embrace the moment. It's so important. Because that's all we have. An eternal moment.
Nora is telling, I'm in a moment where I'm appreciating many things of myself and I'm enjoying giving. But I get hit by a sadness that comes from not feeling loved. And it's very hard for me to come out of there. What can I do?
You know, you just have to feel it. You're healing something very deep. This place where you don't love yourself. And that's what's permanent. The unconditional love of self. And sometimes things happen in our lives. We lose that external security. And we have to give it to ourselves. But there's a sadness. Why is there a sadness? Because we've abandoned ourselves. We've compromised looking for love outside. We've compromised ourselves. We've abandoned ourselves looking for approval. And that's where the sadness comes from. Because when I lose my authentic being, I don't feel complete. When I lose my divinity, that absolute vibration of unconditional love and trust, I don't feel complete. So when I start to go home to that, there's so much sadness because we have abandoned ourselves. And this is a great moment because this means you're healing. I'm stopping, I'm going in, I'm loving myself, I'm not abandoning myself anymore, and this is what's important. So this is a great moment. Stop worrying about giving and focus on giving to you and feel everything.
always asking you to talk about anxiety. Since October, when she started practicing the system, is feeling this constant anxiety. What can she do?
Well, that stress is within you, no? And it's coming out. And you just have to allow it. All the fear, all the sadness, all the uncertainty, it's always been locked there. But we're always running on top of it, always escaping it. But the facets are pulling it out. And this is a great thing. This is why you need to look for support. You need to move the emotion. You need to move the story. Because it has a story. And you have to feel it. And then it will disappear. And then there will be an emptiness. And the emptiness will be full of love. You know, humans are up to here with stress. Their bodies are holding so much stress. It's like there's this pot boiling, 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 boiling. And we just take the lid off and we're letting a little bit out so it doesn't explode. But it keeps boiling. But what happens with the facets? The lid comes off and it starts to move. And sometimes it's overwhelming. But it's very fast. Our capacity to heal, to let go, through feeling, through expression, through unification, is unlimited. It's very fast. So just take the lid off and trust. And remember, the mind always exaggerates everything. Instead of I'm sad, I'm depressed. Instead of I'm annoyed, I'm furious. You know, everything's exaggerated. And be conscious of that. Just move it. All the drama, just move it.
Delphi is asking why I don't have a relationship, a couple relationship yet. Is because I don't love myself, or is because the choices I have done?
You know, it's really not important. We have this idea because we were sold the Cinderella story, no? You know, we all believe, oh, when I find my perfect partner, then everything will be wonderful. But you're your perfect partner. And people that are growing very quickly often don't have constant relationships, don't have easy relationships, because we're provoking things to become completely empty. Don't look for the relationship to complete you. Don't have a fixed idea of how long it should last. This is just an idea. Just enjoy. Embrace the moment. Enjoy it for what it is. If there's nothing there, it's because you don't need anything. Whatever's here is yours. If it's not here, it's not yours. It's a fantasy in your head.
Delphi is asking also, has a daughter 24 years old. She is bipolar and is wondering if she can learn to love herself.
Sure. You know, a lot of this is stress related. And we can find equilibrium. It doesn't matter what's happening externally. There is always unconditional love of self. I can love myself if I'm bipolar. I can love myself if I'm blind. I can love myself. It doesn't matter Because these are external things. The expansion of consciousness is internal. Most young people don't love themselves. Most old people don't love themselves. Humans don't love themselves. It doesn't matter about their condition. It's internal. We see people as victims, invalids, but it's not true. We're all having a different experience. And often these situations, like being bipolar, gives people the encouragement to heal their lives, to change, to look at themselves, because there is solutions. There's solutions for everything. And, let's face it, most people are a little bit bipolar. Why? Because we're always projecting everything's someone else's fault. Ultimately, we have to all find that internal security. Some people need a little bit more chemicals, and they're available. There's always a solution.
Silvana is asking, I've seen that I'm always imagining what people is thinking about me, good and bad. How can I stop with this?
If you think good and bad, you can be sure everyone's thinking good and bad. But your paranoia isn't elementing your happiness. So you need to focus inwards and let go of approval. This is a little bit of paranoia that's probably not helping you. But you can stop, because this comes from your image. I wonder what they thought. I wonder if they liked me. Does it matter? Do you like you? That's the big question. Do you love you? Are you being patient with you? This is the big question. And when I change and I love myself, the external loves me. And if it doesn't affect me. This is the point you have to get to. But worrying, begging for love, checking if people love you, you have to let that go, because that's a torture. And we always want people to love us, but they're not loving themselves either. So start with yourself.
Pami's asking, does the system clean your karma?
Instantly. Karma, for me, is seeing self in the moment. I create something, and there I am. I change. It's not that I have this huge list that I have to fix in this lifetime. It's just cause and effect. I see myself, I change, I evolve. So yes, it does clean your karma. It cleans your karma in this moment. If you're present, you get to see self. If you see self, you have the opportunity to choose, to love or to be in fear. And it's in every moment. Karma is in every moment. And it's a choice. There's not someone up there going, okay, so they went through this and they did that and up, yes, we went through that. Oh, no, they still have to do this. It's too simplistic. It's a little bit simplistic, no? It's in this moment. Choose for the love or choose for the fear.
Carby is asking, I want to heal the relationship with my father, and it's very hard to be far away and not seeing him. He is 75 years old, and I'm moved by this, his vulnerability in the middle of this pandemic. And yesterday when you said, we are your parents, I can see how I give excessive importance, as he does, to the work. How can I heal this?
You just have to be vulnerable with him. You just need to communicate with him. You know, you have many traits that he has. Of course, we become our parents. So it's best we love them, no? And become a better version, a more loving version, a more evolved version. And the way to do that is to be loving, to be letting go of the judgments. That's what's important. And to surrender. I am that. I am that. And look for the love in that.